All right, let's just jump right in. We're going to unpack the absolute core secrets from Jim Edwards' legendary guide, Copywriting Secrets. And look, my goal here is simple, to give you the most powerful, ready-to-use lessons from the book, stuff you can literally start using the minute this is over. So let's do it. So let me just start by asking you this. Is your writing, your emails, your social media posts, your website, is it actually costing you sales? It's a tough pill to swallow, I know, but it's the question we have to ask. Because here's the deal. Every single word you publish is either making you money or losing you money. There's no middle ground. And believe me, the stakes could not be higher. Jim Edwards himself puts it this way. The gap between great copy and just meh copy isn't some small little thing. No, it's the difference between financial freedom and just constant struggle. That's the kind of power we're talking about unlocking today. All right, so let's get our heads straight on this from the get-go. Bad copy? It's not just a missed opportunity, it's an active liability. Think of it like a leak in your boat. It's a drain on your business, actively pushing people away and costing you cold, hard cash every single day. But here's the big secret. The one thing that changes the entire game. The number one mindset shift you have to make in copywriting, it has absolutely nothing to do with being a fancy writer or using big words or having perfect grammar. Not at all. It's about empathy. It's about a deep, almost radical empathy for your customer. And that right there leads us perfectly into the very first, most foundational secret from the book. It is never, and I mean ever, about you. It's not your company's origin story. It's not your list of awards. It's about the customer. Your job is to make them the hero of the story. Your product, that's just the magic sword you give them to slay the dragon. Okay, so how do you actually do that? Well, you start by building something called a customer avatar. And listen, this is way more than just demographics, okay? We're not talking about female, age 35 to 45. We're talking about creating a super detailed profile of the one ideal person you're trying to help. It's all about getting inside their head and understanding their inner world. And to make this super practical, Jim Edwards gives us this absolutely brilliant tool. It's an acronym to help us build this avatar out. He says you need to meet Fred. And this FRED formula, it forces you to dig so much deeper than the surface stuff. I mean, think about it. Demographics tell you what someone is, right? Like a 40-year-old manager in the suburbs. But FRED tells you who they are. F is for fears, R is for results, E, expectations, and D, desires. What keeps them staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m.? What's the dream outcome they barely dare to admit they want? What do they already believe is true about solutions like yours? And what's that deep, powerful desire that's driving this whole thing? I'm telling you, if you can answer those 4 questions, you'll know your customer better than they know themselves. So once you're inside their head, once you get their inner world, you can finally connect with them on the level that actually matters. And that brings us to secret number 2. You have to sell with emotion. This is like a non-negotiable law of being human. We buy based on feelings, and then we use logic to back it up later, every time. And this chart, it just shows the difference so perfectly. Over on the left, you've got logic, the features. Our program has 12 modules. This app uses an advanced algorithm. Kind of cold, right? But then look at the right. That's the emotion, the feeling. Feel the confidence of fitting into your favorite jeans again, or finally relieve that stress. That's what people are actually buying. It's the classic saying, they don't buy the drill, they buy the hole in the wall. And look, this isn't just some cute marketing trick. This is the engine of all sales. When you truly understand what motivates someone deep down on an emotional level, well, that's when you can craft a message that they literally can't ignore. Okay, so you get your customer, you know you need to tap into their emotions. But how do you actually structure the message? What do you say first? Well, the good news is you do not have to reinvent the wheel. And that's secret number 3. Use proven formulas. You see, great copywriting isn't about some random flash of creative genius. It's about using structures that have been proven to work time and time again. And one of the absolute best, most powerful formulas out there is super simple. Problem, agitate, solve. Here's how it works. First, you state the problem your customer is having, using words they'd use themselves, so they're nodding along. Then, and this is the magic step, you agitate it. You pour a little salt in the wound. You describe why that problem is even more frustrating or painful than they thought. And only then, once they can really feel that pain, do you swoop in and present your product as the perfect, obvious solution. Now, no matter what formula you're using, there is one piece of the puzzle that is more important than all the others combined. According to Edwards, the single most critical piece of sales copy you will ever write is your headline. Seriously, if your headline doesn't grab them by the collar, the rest of your amazing copy is basically invisible. So what makes a headline great? It's all about the hook. It's got to spark massive curiosity. Just look at this example. Ex-pizza delivery guy shows you a weird trick to become a best-selling author in a weekend. I mean, come on, it's so specific. Ex-pizza delivery guy. It's intriguing. What's this weird trick? And the promise is huge. Best-selling author in a weekend. You almost can't not click to find out what he's talking about. That's a great hook. Okay, so as we start to bring this all together, I want you to kind of reframe how you think about all this. Learning to write good copy, it's not just another item on your marketing to-do list. Edwards argues, and I completely agree, that it is the single most valuable skill you can possibly learn as an entrepreneur. It's what gives you control over your own destiny. So from now on, before you hit publish on anything, run it through this quick mental checklist. First, is it about them, not me? Did I think about FRED? Second, does it sell the feeling, or am I just listing features? Third, does it follow a proven formula, like problem, agitate, solve? And finally, maybe most importantly, is that headline absolutely impossible to ignore? And please, remember this. This is so important. Nobody is born a great copywriter. It's not some magic talent you either have or you don't. It's a craft. It's a skill. It's something you can learn, you can practice, and you can master. And once you do, I'm telling you, the right words can change literally everything for you and your business. So I'm going to leave you with this one final thought to chew on. Your customer, they're on a journey. They're the hero of their own story, with their own challenges, their own dragons to slay. The only real question is, are you ready to use these secrets to write yourself into their story as the guide who helps them win?